last breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Oh, okay. All right.
Go through and meet all these people. There's a lot of Monticello people here, a lot of Jones County people. We're in Jones County, Iowa.
Yeah. So this is our 81st of 99 Iowa counties that we visited. So we just did an event at the VFW in Dubuque for our Veterans Coalition. We launched that in South Carolina on Wednesday. I'm the only veteran running, and it's important to deal with veterans issues as well as a whole host of other things with national security. But we had already been to Dubuque before because in late August we did an event there, and I brought my whole family, including our 6-, 5-, and 3-year-old kids, to the Field of Dreams baseball field there in Dyersville, Iowa. So they were running the bases, hitting the balls, doing all that stuff. And they were excited because I had shown them the movie, and I had kind of gotten them up and doing all. And I watched that movie when I was a kid, and so we were out there doing all the things in the outfield. My son is 5, looks at the corn in the outfield, looks at me, and said, "Daddy, is this heaven?" I said, "No, son, it's Iowa." We were good to do, and so we're glad to be back in this part of the state. And I'll just say hi to everyone. Then I'm happy to answer questions if you guys have any. How you doing, man?
I do.
Yeah, good to see you. You do have a question.
I have a question.
Okay. You want me to? Why don't I just say hi? Then I'll get you first. Okay. All right. You don't have to get up. Oh yeah. Yes. Okay. All right. Well, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. What's your name? Okay. Good deal. Oh, good. Good. Well, thanks. Welcome to Jones County. Yeah, it's good to be here. Jones County. I'm excited. Yeah, wonderful. Yes.
Welcome.
It is good to be here.
And that's our Jones County treasurer.
Good. Okay, good. All right. Yeah. All right, ma'am. I'm good.
These two are all-star volunteers.
Oh, thanks so much.
It's my pleasure.
Yeah, thank you.
These folks as well.
Oh, man, that looks good.
How's it going?
All right, thank you.
Can I get your autograph?
Sure. These guys show up to every phone call back.
Oh, well, thank you. Appreciate you.
Thank you. And I do have a question too, but I'll wait till...
Okay, all right, good deal. We'll get it done.
I'd like to have a picture taken with you.
All right, who wants to take it?
I got a good angle here. Yeah, he's got it. So. That's a smartphone. I'm in trouble.
All right, come right here.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Thank you.
Good deal.
Oh, thank you. Yep.
And Alan's also an all-star volunteer.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right, let me say hi to these folks over here real quick. Hi.
Thank you.
Yes,
Nice of you to come.
Thank you.
Oh, was my wife?
Were you there when we did that? Yeah, she does better than me, so she's usually a bigger draw. I was just in South Carolina, and I hadn't been there in a while because I was supposed to go in early September, speak to this big barbecue. It's like their biggest event that they do, but we had Hurricane Idalia that was bearing down, so I called the guy that runs it. I said, "Listen, I can't leave the state." And he's like, I know. I was like, "But I'll send my wife, and she'll be in my stead." He's like, "Okay, fine." So she went there, and then he called me. I was like, "Man, your wife was awesome." So it's good. Okay, question. What do you got?
I listen to you and I like everything you stand for. But someone said to me, if DeSantis gets to be president, he is going to take away your Social Security.
That sounds like a Democrat, yeah. The Democrats have been saying that for how many? I'm the governor of Florida. Do you think I could honestly take away people? I mean, give me a break.
I'm worried about that because that is, a lot of people depends on that. And I thought, before I would vote, I'm an independent, before I would vote Republican, I won't vote for anybody that's going to take my Social Security away.
Of course. So just so you know,
what
I have.
are you going to do? I mean, what are you going to do to keep it? Because I've heard on the radio in 10 years there will be no Social Security.
Oh, well, we'll deal with that, but that's more for the young people. But people that are on Social Security now are going to get Social Security because you depend on it. We have obviously a lot of people in Florida on it, and then I think like my grandmother lived till 91. That was her sole source of income, and that's true for. We know how.
And my sister, she has bad sores in her legs, and the medicine that she has to buy to be on this, she told me today, she says, I can't put that on there. It's too expensive.
No, I know. Well, that's so
what
the inflation, I would say, so this is why this inflation is like the killer, because groceries are way more expensive.
Yes.
The interest rates have gone up, so like buying a home is very difficult for middle class people to do. But then what it does to our budget is the cost, the cost of servicing the debt, because every time they borrow, they've got to pay interest on that. It used to be a lot, a couple $100 billion. Now that's going. It's going to end up being $1 trillion a year just to do interest on the debt, and so that creates all sorts of problems. Then, like programs like Social Security, you have a cost of living adjustment, but that's not good enough to really make up for the inflation, but it does cost the program more, so it weakens the program. So the whole inflation has been a total disaster. It's all because of DC borrowing, printing, and spending money, starting with COVID. It's Republicans and Democrats that have done it. It is not just the Democrats. Both parties are responsible. In Florida, we've cut taxes record amount, and yet I've not only run budget surpluses, we've paid down a quarter of our state's debt. So, you just need to have a better approach here, and you need leadership, and you see what's happening in Congress. They can't even elect the Speaker of the House because there's just no leadership. So you got to come in, you got to provide the leadership. Yes.
Governor DeSantis, I'm appreciating that he came to Monticello here today. I'm a veteran of Monticello, or resident of Monticello since 1976. I got 7 kids and married. I'm a disabled vet. I served on Desert Shield, Desert Storm. What I got to offer you today, you can sit there and leave the other candidates of the race of ones running for presidents in the dust, and they'll leave them behind. But you have to take it seriously what I'm offering you. I spent 17 years on working on the New World Order. And this New World Order has got everything consisting of taking care of the people, for the greatness of the people, for them to prosper for the world. And what I'm saying is that justice system, the legal system, the taking care of like your drug companies and stuff, and regulating them, but making it justice for the people, basically saying all people will get paid the cost of living by county or district that they live in. Work hour schedules will be changed to 6 days. Talking no more taxes, federal, state, local. And it sounds crazy to sit there and say, how can you do that? But what I'm saying, for you to lead the world forward on a new world policy that I established, and that
You have a copy of that
I've
there?
got 2 of them here for you to look at.
Well, we'll take one of our guys, will take that, and
And
we'll
what you need to do is look it up on my website. It's scottchally.com. SCOTTCHALLY. And it's a new world order that will be great for the people to live by. And once the people support that, you would be recognized to the world to establish this that would put you above.
Well, I appreciate that. We will do that. I can just tell you, not running for president of the world, just president of the United States. It's America first. We're going to put our states first. Yes.
I have a question for you that has not been asked to any candidate recently. I would like to know what you're planning to do about anchor babies.
Yeah, so, I mean, I've actually said we'll do an executive order because I think the 14th Amendment has been said that you can just sneak across the border, have a baby, and the baby's a citizen. That's not the intention of this. And I think that it hasn't fully been resolved in the courts. They say that it has, but I've actually looked at it, and I think there's so we don't think that that's what the intention was. That intention of that amendment was to overturn the Dred Scott case, which they weaponized against African Americans. And so clearly, that. But to just sneak across the border and have a child, and all of a sudden you're an American citizen, that was not the intention of it. So we're going to do, and we're going to pursue that. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Yep.
Would you change the way they do this whole Speaker of the House thing?
Well, it's with the president being a different branch of government. I mean, they do have the prerogative to choose their speaker. I think the issue is there's not necessarily a better way to do it. It's more of just a lack of leadership and a lack of people getting on the same page. And part of it is what I found. So when I became governor, we had a history in Florida. The governor, and even though the governor would be Republican legislature, they would be at odds. They'd do this, all this. So I came in, and first legislative session, we do all this, and even like the liberal media was acknowledging, wow, they did a lot, right? And we've done more every single time. And I think what I found is what kind of brings people together is not that, a backroom deal or arm twisting. What brings people together is an agenda that resonates with the public. And then the public are telling their the representatives to get on board. And I think that they just don't have a strong agenda. They're not really rallying around anything. It's kind of like they just do this or that, and then like they do these hearings and nothing ever comes of the hearings, right? I mean, it's just like, so I just think about it and I'm like, all right, so what we need is, there's a chaotic situation. We need presidential leadership to bring some order to this, and you have direction by having the strong agenda that people can rally behind. That ultimately is what will solve. I just think that they're too divided to probably deliver significant results. I hope I'm wrong, but but all this stuff, when you're talking about everything you're doing, it's not about the palace intrigue. It's not about the drama. Like, none of that matters. We don't do that in Florida. Only thing that matters is, are you delivering results? That's how leaders are judged. Are you able to deliver for the folks? And we have an open border. They've done nothing. We have inflation and interest rates. They've done nothing. We have crime in our cities. Nothing. Education problems. You see these universities. You see these kids protesting in favor of Hamas on our own universities in the United States. I mean, who would have thought that? I mean, is liberal, like, look, I know a color kid in Florida, baseball player at Yale, and then I got a degree at Harvard. I'm one of the few people in this country that got through both Yale and Harvard and came out more conservative than when he went in. So I know about how academia, but I'll tell you, even when I was there, I would not have seen the professors and the students support a terrorist group. I don't think that would have happened, as liberal as it was. And I'm just the institutions, but any foreign student who's out there protesting for Hamas on a visa, I come in, I'm canceling the visa, and I'm shipping them back. Yes, sir.
You just touched on the anti-Semitism that we're seeing, the protests that you're seeing. It's way out of hand. In the college campuses, I watched an article on Newsmax. They showed a list of the colleges that have these